Hello, today is December 3rd, 2016, and we're at the Norwell Science Center, and we're here with Jason Lovett. And Jason, tell us about your interests.
Well, I'm interested in all facets of archaeology, particularly the early Paleo-Indian period all the way up through the early colonial period, and then following all the way up until modern times.
And show us what you have today.
Well, here I have a cast of a Clovis point that I found in Northampton, Massachusetts. This is a Pete Bostrom cast from lithicscastinglabs.com. He has not made it available to the public yet, but we're hoping that maybe he will. It's a 4 1/8 inch long Clovis point. It was originally made from Norman's killed chert from the Hudson River Valley, and Dr. Gramley has approximated its age at 12,800 to 13,000 years old.
And that would make it the oldest artifact found in New England so far?
Yes.
And where roughly did you find it?
I found it in the Northampton Meadows, which is in Northampton, Massachusetts, right along I-91 near the three-county fairgrounds. It's a huge sprawling complex of almost 3,000 acres. It's all privately owned. There's about 6 or 7 farming families that own all the land down there, and I have permission from many of them to collect on the lands.
Are there more artifacts along the Connecticut River?
There are lots of artifacts along the Connecticut River. There's many sites up and down the riverway. The Sugarloaf site is about 15 miles north. The Korpieski Amphitheater is about 10 miles north, and then there's also sites all the way down to the Connecticut line and further south. This was found on the bottom of Glacial Lake Hitchcock at about 120 feet of elevation above sea level, and it would have been underwater 13,000 plus years ago, so it was left there right after the lake drained. It would not have been a very long period of time afterward.
And what do you think it might have been used for?
Well, the fauna that would have inhabited the area at that time would have been megafauna Pleistocene era, such as mastodon, giant beaver, caribou was the most likely thing that it was used for, similar to the caribou that Dr. Gramley proposes were hunted at the Sugarloaf site.
And the original lithic, that's a casting?
This is a cast. I returned the original lithic to the farmer, the landowner. He was very happy to get it, and he was very surprised that the oldest artifact ever found in New England was found on his land. But we met him, Dr. Gramley, myself, and some other local archaeologists, Bud Driver. We met him down along with some of the other farmers in Northampton at the site, showed him right where it was found, and he gave us permission to do a test pit there this past fall.
And in your estimation, are there more ancient artifacts to be found along the Connecticut River?
Absolutely. There's a lot of documented sites that are not very well explored. There's several undocumented sites that are known to local collectors but have not been made public yet. Some of those sites I'll be exploring and, as I continue to research this and the site. There's a local lithic source that is not very well documented along Mount Tom, which produces a thin layer of a chert-like material. We're hoping that we can find some examples of that in context with other Paleo period stuff.
And what era would you call this oldest artifact found in New England?
This is a true Clovis point. It's a Ross County style Clovis point. It does not have the deep V convex base here. It is fully ground all the way through. The flaking pattern indicates that it's an older type of Clovis. It is much older than the DeBert style that are found up at the Vale site or the Bullbrook phase, which are about 500 years younger than this piece.
And as someone mentioned today, it's currently the oldest artifact in New England, but there might be older artifacts.
I would expect that this isn't the oldest one in New England. I would expect that there are probably many more that are much older, or at least around the same age, from the same phase. You would expect that there has to be other points, knives, awls, drills, artifacts all dating from the same period.
Thank you very much for your time.
Anytime.